BJ from Game Gumbo. I got my guest here, Carla Kopp, and we're talking about some spicy hot games. She's got a big Kickstarter right now with Reef and Ruins and Wicked and Wise, the deluxe edition with the expansion. But 3 of the 4 of us have played another game. We were talking about card games, and this is one that I really enjoyed, and I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. It's Rebel Princess. The version I have is from Zombie Paella, but you can get a deluxe edition from Bezier Games right now. Who has played Rebel Princess? Not Steve. Carla.
Not me.
Verla.
And I played the deluxe edition a couple
and Verla,
weekends
you
ago.
just played this recently, right?
Like a week and a half ago.
Tell us about it.
It's a trick taker, as we were just talking about. And what I really liked about it is it has a theme that just really works for it. Every player is a princess, a different princess, and they're like going to a ball and they're sick of getting proposed to by all the princes. So they're like, that's enough of this. So there's the prince suits, and you're trying to avoid those because you don't want their proposals. You want to go home at the end of the game with the fewest number of proposals from the princes, or from the secret frog prince who's dressed up in the animal suit trying to trick you, and he gives you like 5 proposals or something.
5. Look at that.
Wow. Well, he's the worst. Would you rather have a proposal from a frog prince or a regular prince?
You would think, right? Nope. You don't want the frog. And you don't find.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say the frog during the game is not a prince, Steve. The frog is just a frog, and he's a number 8, and you play him. But if you win that frog at the end of the round, it's 5 negative points to you, that's a lot in this game.
Yeah. I don't know the difference between the version that you played and the deluxe version, but the deluxe that I played, every princess had like a power. Do I have this right, Carla? Like a once per round, I think.
Yep.
Power that they could use to, tweak things up in the game a little bit. And there was also, I think there was 3 rounds, and I don't know if that depends on player count, but at the start of every round, or 3, 5. Okay, maybe it was 5. At the start of every round, there was a card that was flipped over that had a specific rule for that round or an effect. And it was just
you could trade cards.
I really enjoyed it. You trade cards, you draft cards. Yeah, Carla, what am I missing here?
No, I think you got it, Steve. Have you played Hearts before?
Yeah.
This is Hearts. Essentially, this is Hearts, except for 3 twists. The trading of cards, which is pretty standard the way most people play Hearts, is determined by a card that is actually the round tracker. There's 5 cards that come out, and each one of those cards tells you which direction and how many cards you're going to switch.
And sometimes you can pass to both players.
Yeah, pass to both is fun. But pass one this way, pass one the other. That's really fun. Number 2, you've got the thing that you've got these princes, but the frog is even worse. But each princess has a special power. So it's Hearts with shifting of the cards, but also with each princess having a cool special power. And at least in the version I have, there's 8 or 10 different princesses. And I haven't played them all. I've only played about half of them. They all have really cool powers. But number 3, the third thing is the round tracker cards that tell you which way to go. Each one of those can have a twist to the rules. Now, the basic set that you play with, the one that they recommend you start out with, the first 2 or 3 rounds, since you're probably teaching the game to people that aren't familiar with Hearts or trick taking in general, they don't have any special rules. But, oh man, if you've played with any special rules, they're just so wacky. I mean, it's things like what you thought was a strong card turns out to be a weak card. Or my favorite one, I don't know if Carla and Verla, if you played with them, every hand you play your card, and then you have to pass your hand to the person to the left.
Oh,
so can you imagine playing Hearts, but you don't get to keep your hand the whole time? But you know what's coming back around because, if you're only playing 3 or 4 people, you know that these cards are coming back. So you're like, oh, man, I got to think about what card I'm going to play now, but also what cards are going to be available. And you've seen some of the cards already because you probably passed cards to the other people. Oh, it's so it is, as our friend Alex Goldsmith, who recommended the game to me, said, it is Hearts, but it's not Hearts. It's Hearts on steroids, and that's what I like. What do you think about it, Carl?
About it?
Oh yeah, I really liked it because it's basic trick taking, except you don't want to win any tricks, and you want to avoid the princes. But just the differences in each round are really cool. And they have like a bunch of them. I don't know exactly how many because I didn't set up the game, but like there was enough that like you could play another game and have like a whole nother set of all the different things that happen each round. And just like the princess powers are cool too. So it's very simple, but like there's a lot that goes into like what cards you're going to play and when.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to an actual picture that has the English version of the princesses. I haven't seen one yet, but you can see that there's a bunch of different princesses because I've been going through them all, and they're all the familiar storybook princesses that you've heard of, Steve. And then these
But
are all the
artwork is so fantastic.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
this
the artwork is very
Looks really
good.
good.
I would call it whimsical, I guess. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what art style to call it, but I love it. I don't know what this is, but
Yeah, I saw like the posters at Gen Con and I just wanted to play it because like the art was so cool and different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, our friend Alex Goldsmith from the Dukes of Dice texted me and Steven said, you guys got to play Rebel Princesses. And so at the time, it wasn't even available, but Tanuki Games over in Austin imports a lot of these European and Japanese games. So I have my buddy Nick pick up a copy. And then right after that, I got my copy. Bezier announced this big fancy schmancy deluxe edition. I am curious. Does anybody know what the difference is between the two editions? No?
No idea.
I played deluxe, so I would think
Same.
the only difference would be maybe like the princesses are like they're chipboard in the deluxe, so maybe they're regular cards.
Yeah, mine are regular cards. So they're chipboard in the one you have?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I wonder if there's more princesses or more of the cards that flip out in the round. Like there's additional ones in the deluxe
All right, here we
version,
go. Compared to the original edition, it features 2 new princesses, 6 more round cards,
There we go.
There's your upgrade to punch board.
upgraded punch board tiles that Carla was mentioning. The round cards are tarot size. See, they're just regular size cards in mine. They're the same as everything else. And then they balance some of the rules rounds. And a rebel of the ball to allow players to catch up if they're falling too far behind. I don't know what that is, so I'll have to check that out. I would be interested in that.
Okay.
This is one of those games where it can go downhill pretty quick, and you're in last place, and everybody else is playing for first place. I mean, we had a hand where back to back the first 2 rounds, one player, his name is Ian, he just got stuck with all of the princesses. I mean, he had so many points after 2 rounds. You knew he was out, but maybe there's a way to let him catch up a little bit. I'd be interested in that. This is a big recommend for me. I just think of the world of this game.
Okay.
Yeah, and like it's not that expensive either. So like it's a really good game, and I think like the deluxe is like what, $20 or something.
Yeah, it's not expensive at all. And if you have a family night that where you like to play cards once a week, this is just most of the people in South Louisiana are familiar with hearts, spades, and bourrée. They already know how to play those games. So this would be an easy teach for my family. It's like hey guys, remember how we played hearts all summer at LSUE instead of going to class? I mean, I didn't say that. Instead, outside of class, like during break times. Yeah, well, we're going to throw in some special rules. So, and again, you can ease them into it. You can ease them into it. Like I said, the first couple of rounds, just make it where they're trying to learn what the princesses and the princes do, and then introduce those special little cards as you come out. There's a bunch.
What I was going to ask about with this, because I mean, I think that this really makes an awful lot of sense for people who are already grounded in trick taking, who grew up with it in the South and the Midwest, and really think about that as like their core card gaming. One of the things that I think the crew did well was that it took people who hadn't played trick takers and kind of taught them in early rounds how to play a trick taker. Would you say that this is one that you kind of have to have a trick taking background to be comfortable with all those funky wrinkles and the special powers and the passing, or does it kind of scale you up?
I think it scales you up because, like, well, the first couple rounds, I just didn't use my power. I just didn't look at it.
Okay.
And as BJ said, like, they have like a suggested like set of rounds where it's just like there's no special powers on the round thing. You're just trading cards, so you don't have to worry about that either.
Cool.
What do you think, Verla?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I don't remember what's your experience with trick takers. Are you pretty familiar with them?
Yeah, we played a good deal of hearts and spades growing up.
Were you skipping class at LSUE? No. That's good. Well, that's Rebel Princess, which you can get if you're on the European side or on in Asia from Zombie Paella. And then you can get it from Bezier Games over here stateside. I think Gigamic has the one in France, if I remember right.
Mhm.
By the way, Zombie Paella is rapidly becoming a game company that I like to that I'm looking out for because of this quirky art that they have. I don't know. Have you guys seen their game Zombie Paella Land? I think is what it's called.
Mm-mm.
You guys
No.
know that I like theme park games. Me and Dean, we like to get together every couple of years to talk about theme park games. Theirs is, it's got this weird zombie whimsical art, and it's about going through a theme park instead of building a theme park, which is what most of the theme park games that I have. It's all about who can build a more efficient theme park. This is who can visit a theme park more efficiently. You want to get as many rides and you want to get as many experiences. So unlike, Theme Park, you're trying to build out your actual park. This is more like the park's already there, at least as far as I can tell from the BGG page, but you're really trying to maximize the efficiency. But it's got that wild, whimsical art that Zombie Paella is just known for. So, and it's like Sorry We're French. It's a cool name for a company, Zombie Paella. That's not two words I would have put together, right?
No.
Yeah, I'd never heard of them.